What is up, guys? God bless you all. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna do some work on the Nissan Sentra. Oh yeah. So yep, today we are working on the Sentra, and by the title you guys know what are we gonna do today. So let me show you. So here I have a cluster for a 1999 Sentra 1.6, and the way you can know if it's from the 1.6 or the SCR is because the speedo will go to 130 and also the taco will go to up to 9. So this one came from the 1.6, and we have actually the wiring harness as well. So here is the cluster, and I have all the wiring harness over here. And yeah, this is now a plug and play situation. So for comparison purposes, I have a second cluster over here that I bought by mistake, but I got it. And this one came from a Sentra 1994, same as mine. This one is a B13 cluster, and it came from the 1.6 as well. You guys can see that the speedo is the same, 120, and it goes up to 8, same as this one as well. So the only main difference between both of these ones, this one has red needles. I don't know why, but this one does, and I like that a lot better. And this one has the white needles, but also has like the clock, at least this one. In the back, they are completely different. So this one is the B13 cluster from the back, and I got it for cheap, but I mean, doesn't look the best. But anyway, my point is that the plugs on this one, they are plug and play, and you have actually 4 of them, and you can actually take them out from the one you have and plug them, but still this one is not gonna work because the pins on both, they are completely different. So yeah, I'm gonna show you that in a second. Yeah, that's the one that we're not gonna use. But I'm thinking maybe I should just give this to a subscriber. Let me know if you guys are interested. Maybe I can make a raffle or something. But this one is the one that we're gonna use. So let's go to the computer. All right, so we are here on the computer, as you guys can see, and here have actually the diagram for the car. As you guys can see, it's actually for a 94 Sentra E, which is what I have, 1.6, and this one is a diagram with the tachometer, but we don't need that. We actually need the one, let me see this, with tachometer. And where is the one that I need? This one is the one we need right here, the instrument panel wiring diagram without tachometer. So this one is actually page 1 of 2, and here we can see actually the diagram. So yeah, I can make a little bigger, and basically it tells me everything I need to know. So we have all the diagram over here. You guys can see the color. So long story short, I made a cheat sheet basically just to have an idea where all these go, because you guys can see, for example, we got pin 6 here. If I select it, it's going to be highlighted, and you guys can see like that, and it goes to the speed sensor. And then we have pin 7, which is the red wire. It goes to the other side of the speed sensor. So you know, I want to make sure that I have each wire with each color and each function. So yeah, basically this is the diagram for the 1994 1.6, and we have to do the same thing with the other tachometer. So the other one is for the 99 Sentra. So here we have the 1.6 circuit with tachometer, and here is actually the one that we're going to be using. This one is the diagram for the cluster that we're going to install, And you guys can see, for example, we have the green here. This one is green. When it says like green/red, it means that the wire is green and it has a red line. This one is just full yellow. This one is a white with a black line. We got blue with white, red with black, green, red and white, green and black, brown and white, and black. And basically this one, it tells you that goes to the left side of the dash. And basically this one is I'm so confident on what I'm doing because I have this information. If I have to basically do this job without knowing all this information, probably I'm gonna do it. But yeah, this is diagram for the new tachometer, the new cluster, and we're gonna be actually start working with those. So let's go. Yeah, so here is a cheat sheet that I make. I just got everything for the diagram. You guys can see, for example, there. So I have one red black headlights, I have black and yellow, and it just goes at least so on and so on and so on. So this one is for the cluster in the car. Right here I have the diagram for this cluster. And if we look close, for example, we can take a look on the first one, like pin 9. And that one is a green and black. I don't know if you guys can see it there, but it's actually a green and red, and it says that this one goes to the fuel tank. So this one is the first plug. So we have the first plug over here. And if we look close, I don't know if you guys can see it there, but here it says fuel. And if we follow this line, it goes all the way to this pin, and this one right here is actually a green wire with red. And for example, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to depin this one, which is what I'm going to be doing. I thought about welding everything or taping everything. It's not worth it. I'm just going to actually depin the harness and actually use this on my wiring with this plug. So to do that, what you have to do, let me put the camera down real quick. All right, so hopefully you guys can see it. And here we have the first harness. And if you guys look close, we have actually like this thing over here. So what I'm gonna do, the first thing that we have to do, we have to actually lift that up. I already did this one. So what you guys do, you guys gonna actually pry from underneath here, and then you guys gonna pry on the other side. So it should give you like this movement. As you guys can see, I can put my pry bar here, and it's actually giving me the option. So let's do this one for the video purpose. So you have to be very gentle. Just put it in there, and we're gonna pry. Just be careful, because this sharp thing, it will actually get you real good. So that one is out there. We can make this one, and now this one is actually open from the back. You guys can see there. And now what we do, we can actually just push a 4 from the other part, so we actually unlock. So this one is out as well. You guys can see there that now it's actually open now. So now this one is going to be hard to show on camera, but inside here is like a small tab that is holding the pin in place. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna insert my tool and hold it down in order to pull the pin. And after you hold it, you can actually just pull the pin out without breaking it. And there's one pin out. So long story short, what I'm gonna be doing, I'm going to depin all this, and I'm gonna depin the harness inside the car, and then I'm gonna actually relocate each pin in order to make this work. So yeah, so this is what we're doing today, boys. and girls. So yeah, I show you already how you depin the harness. I show you the cluster. I show you how I got my information. And now what we're gonna do, I have to show you how to pull out the cluster from the car. So let me show you. So all that you're gonna need is gonna be a screwdriver. So I don't think I have that much light in here, but let's see. So to pull this, we're gonna have to remove this faceplate over here. Don't mind my mess. This have to come out. We're gonna have to remove the bolts that actually hold this thing here, this plastic trim. This one have to come out, and then we should be able to actually reach the cluster. In most cars, you can adjust your steering wheel to go up and down. Mine, since it's a basic one, doesn't have anything, so I cannot lower or raise my steering column. So because of that, I have to remove my steering wheel. So in my case, I'm gonna have to remove all this, everything have to come out. So you guys gonna see everything out in 2 seconds. And boom, yeah, a couple minutes later and everything is out. Just for reference purposes, this piece here has 4 bolts. We got one there, we got another one here, we have one here, and the other one is gonna be actually right there. You don't have to take the whole thing out, but I did just to work a little more easy. So it has 2 plugs. I got this one here for the defogger, I got this one for the hazards, and I got this one for the stereo lighter. Then after we get here, what I did, I removed the upper part of this. This one have 4 bolts, it's gonna be underneath, and then the upper piece can come out. To remove the piece here, we have basically one bolt over here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but one there. We have the other one that goes, let me see, right there. Then we have this one here, and we got this one right here. Then after that, you can actually pull the whole thing out. You can just get your steering column and put it lower, but again, mine cannot be adjusted, so I have to remove the whole thing. Then after that, we have the cluster itself. So we got 1, 2, we got 3 right there, and we got 4. And now our cluster should be able to actually push 4 just like that. So the next step that I'm going to do, I'm going to actually unplug my battery. Every time you work with wiring, just for safety purposes, try to disconnect the ground, so that way if something gets funny, you don't burn your car. So there you go, this one is coming out. Oh, come on. This is gonna be a long night. And there it is, you guys can see it right there. I know it's upside down, but this one is basically the same. Let me see if I can lift it up a little. Nah, that's the best I can do. So this one is the same as the 94 one. It has 4 plugs, so we got 1, 2, we got 3, and we got one behind it, 4 right here. And basically I don't have that many wires, so this is the wires I'm gonna be replugging on the 99 plugs. So yeah, we're gonna have to depin everything right here and plug it in the new plugs where it should go, and hopefully we should have a tachometer, which I believe I have to find the signal on the ECU, but if I'm gonna show you that in a little bit. So the cluster is out, and actually I went and kind of like de-taped all the wiring to have an idea to identify my plugs. I know this one is A, and then most likely this one is going to be C, and D right here. And I'm going to have to start depinning these ones in order to go to this one. So I need to be very focused. One cable and it could be a big problem. So yeah, so I'm going to take my time here, and most likely the next clip you guys will see these 3 plugs should be in here So far we are making good progress. I would say I am probably about 20% done so far. This is all the wires I have actually connected already. You guys can see those, and those being the pin. I have my cheat sheet here for the 99 cluster. Here is the one for the 94. I have the pin out for the plugs, same for the 94, same as for the 99. And so far I have completed 2 of the plugs of the stock one. So this is completely done, and this one is completely done. And so yeah, so far I'm working with this. This is the mess that I have right now. So I have like all the plugs are here because I'm working with them. But you guys can see I got 1, 2, 3. I got another one, 4, and probably over here is a 5th one. So all of them are here. I'm just taking my time little by little, and yeah, making some progress. Probably, I don't know if you guys can see it, but those are all the wires that so far I have removed. And you know, it's getting late. My laptop died, which is the main instrument I'm using. But yeah, tomorrow is another day, and we will continue. Let's go. All right, so I'm almost 99% done in here. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm actually depinning each pin in order to route the harness. I already did this one, and you guys can see that it looks all nice on the side, just like that. And now I'm basically working with these ones right here. So because the pins were in different harness from the first cluster, so now routing them to the right harness on the new one, it makes this mess. So you know, I want to just make sure that everything looks nice and neat. So yeah, I'm just basically trying to route them like that. So here we have the final product, and you guys can see it looks very nice. I got all the 3 harnesses that we're going to use on the new cluster. I have not tested them yet, but we're gonna do that just in a moment. Here I have the wire for the tacho, or the tachometer. I have to actually tap the ECU, which I'm gonna show you in a second. And all those 3 are just like nice and neat. Let me grab a lot just to show you. So we got all these nice and neat. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put this to the side for a second. I'm gonna plug it, I'm gonna test it out. And yeah, this is all the wires I actually have to remove. So let's put the cluster in right now. All right, so we are, I'll say probably like 95% done. Everything here so far seems to be working properly. So as soon as I pull my key, all the lights come on. You guys can see I have battery right there, I have the check engine light, I got the oil, I have the brake, I have the seat belt there, and I have the door. So hazards are working there. You guys can see I can put the left, can put the right. If I turn the lights, everything goes on. If I put the high beams, that one goes on there. The fuel gauge is fixed. I have the wires backwards, so that's that. The only thing that I'm missing right now is the tachometer wire that I have to do, and I'm having an issue with the door. So when I close my door, right, when I press the switch, it's dim, but it doesn't turn off completely. So I don't know what's the deal. I'll show you closer. So we got the door there, we close it, and it goes dim, and it goes like that. But I don't know why it doesn't go away. But you open it, and it goes up, and you close it, and it goes like that. I don't know what's the deal with that. But I'm gonna start getting ready right now to actually find the tachometer wire. The tachometer wire is going to be on the ECU. For the 94 Sentra is on pin 2, and it's going to be, the ECU is actually right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start taking all this out, and I'm going to show you in a second. All right, let's go. So I went ahead and removed this cover to get access to the ECU. Also, I have removed the other one as well, and basically there you can see everything. So there's my piggyback is there, and basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and find pin number 2. I got a diagram right here, and basically pin 2 will be that one right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, and that is pin 2. And by my note, it should be a blue with a black stripe. All right, so I finally found my wire, and it was, like I said, pin number 2 is a blue wire with a black stripe. It's actually right here, you guys can see it. Let me see, this that one right there where I have my finger. So just a quick reminder, when you take a look from all the way to here, oh man, it's so dark. But when you take a look from here and you see all the wires, I think wire number 8 is also blue with a black stripe, because I actually got it by mistake. So just to let you know. So I went ahead and I run the wire all the way from behind, and it's actually right here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and actually test this out to make sure it's working. Let me just put down the light. So lighting's coming. Let me put this on so you guys can see a little better. Oh yeah, we have a tachometer, boys. So we got, everything seems to be working fine. Fuel gauge is working fine. I have to warm up the car to make sure that the temperature gauge is working, but the lights are on right now, you guys can see that. If I put the high beams, you guys see right there the high beams, so they're working. The signals I tried them earlier, so they're working. The brake light is working. That one is working. The seatbelt is actually working because I tried it out earlier. The only issue that I'm having is with that door light. I don't know what's going on. Let me close this door real quick. But you close it and that's what happened. It just start like blinking, and it's just weird, like. So that's the only problem that I have, but so far everything is working the way it should. So there's a tachometer finally. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna start actually taping all my wires, at least basically this one, because the rest it was actually tapped in, and I'm gonna start mounting everything together. But before that, we're gonna do something with the lights, with the bulbs. Let's go, boys. So I went ahead and organized all my wiring. You guys can see how everything ended up being. So here I have the signal for the tachometer, because I'm gonna use it in the future. Here I have one of the plugs. Here I have one. Here's the other one, and here's the other one. And now everything is super clean. You know, like if somebody come here and take a look at this, it looks like OEM. So I'm very happy with that. Now what I'm gonna do, I got these LED bulbs from eBay, made in China. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mount those, and I'm gonna show you how it looks. You guys saw earlier how it looks with the old ones, and I'm gonna show you how it looks with the new one right now. Let's go. So just like that, the car is back together, and I got LED bulbs here and also here, and I think it's a 9-day difference, just a lot better. Let's start up the car real quick. You can see all the lights come up, everything works the way it should. Tachometer is working, lights on. I got my right turn light, I got the left, the e-brake. I turned off the check engine light already because I was checking and making sure everything was working fine. The high beam works, you guys see it right there, and everything is great. The only issue that I have is actually none, because I thought the door was acting up, but it seems like it got fixed. Oh yeah. And then if I put a seatbelt, let me see, seatbelt on. It will take a couple seconds, but it should just shut off. And there it is, it's actually off right now. So yeah, the brake works the way it should. The tachometer is working the way it should. So the fuel gauge is also fixed, and let's find out if the coolant temperature is working. So yeah, the only thing that is not working is the speedo, and I know I have to replace my speed sensor. It wasn't working with the previous cluster, but I got a new one. It just, the old one doesn't want to come off from the transmission, so I see what I do to fix it. But so far so good. So I'm gonna warm up the car while the car warms up. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and we're gonna go for a cruise just to see how everything looks. And you guys can see so far that the coolant temp is actually moving right now, so that's amazing. The temperature gauge is working because it's halfway. That's good. Nice to have a tachometer, because now I know what I'm doing. So yay guys, there you guys have it. The B13 now has a new cluster with a tachometer and also has LED bulbs. I hope this video helped anybody out there that is trying to do the same thing. Of course, the wiring could be a little different, but the procedure, it should be very similar. So thank you guys for watching. You guys have a nice day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend that wants to do a cluster swap on their Sentra, and I will see you on the next one. Wash your hands, stay safe, and God bless you all.